Please be kind to me. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is for Pause in a Book. I make bookish videos over here on my little corner of the internet. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Today we are going to let Kerplunk choose my TBR. Alright guys, I worked very hard on this. I tried to stick to a TBR and for the most part it succeeded. Now June has been a really weird month and in terms of like quality it has been less than stellar, but that is neither here nor there. I did complete most of my June TBR. I do have 2 books left on the TBR, but I'm in the middle of one of them and the other one is like only an 8-hour audiobook, so I will definitely be able to finish it next week. I was just waiting to get out of script jail, but I think we'll be good after Monday. So with that said, I am not going to be taking a punishment roll. Thank everything that is holy. If you're new to my channel, I let the game Kerplunk choose my TBR. I will have the playlist with all of the rules in the first video, but I'll have the whole playlist up until now. It is a TBR game that I play. I pull the sticks and then I pick a card. That's how that works. It's pretty simple. Every other month, I choose a book to read from my water bowl. My top tier patrons and channel members do get to pick books to put into this. However, in June, I did not finish Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake, so I will be reading this one in July, and then in August, we will pick one. So we're gonna move this over into July, hopefully get it onto the Kerplunk TBR. The other required reading that I have for July is going to be The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is going to be the group book for July for Not Your Mom's Boozy Book Club, which is a book club that I run with Cal over at Retrieving Books. We have reading sprints where we read it together, and then later on in the month we have a live show discussing it. It's going to be an interesting time because I have both loved and hated some of his books, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so the first order of business is just to see how many books we're going to be pulling. I'm really hoping for a low number, but we will use a D12 dice, and we pull the correct amount of sticks. Okay, here we go. Please be kind to me. That's not kind. 8. You're not gonna be able to see it. It's not gonna focus, but I do have 8. Okay, so let's go pick 8 books. All right, just as a little bit of a refresh, if I pull a green stick and pick a green card, it needs to be a book that is set in the past. If I have an orange book and an orange prompt, that means it needs to be set in the present, and a yellow obviously means it needs to be set in the future. I am pretty lax with this, especially when you come to like fantasy and sci-fi and things like that, because obviously like it's really hard to tell if it was past, present, or future. So I'm pretty lax with it. It's my game, my rules. We'll see what happens. We try our best over here. I do still have a bunch of Spiffbo books, so fantasy is definitely going to be something that we're trying for. The other thing is that if I drop any of the marbles, then I will pick a black card, and that will be an extra challenge when I pick my next book, or it might say that I need to pick another prompt, something like that. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're going to start with this one, which is a present. All right, and we have a thriller horror. For the prompt of the thriller or horror, I will be able to put Riley Sager's book on here, so my group book will work for this. So The Only One Left has a split timeline. It is like set in the 1920s, and then this person like is suspected of a bunch of murders, I think, but like gets off or escapes or something, and then in the 80s she's like a much older woman and is like going to tell her whole story. So I haven't heard fantastic things about this, and Riley Sager scares me because like I said, I've really loved books from him, and then I have not, so we'll see what happens. Next prompt. Oh my gosh, they're already shifting at number 2, but we have a green. A recently purchased book. For the prompt of a recently purchased book set in the past, I am going to be going with Court of Ravens and Ruin. This is a fantasy romance book, and this author is going to a PolyCon, so I'm hoping to do some sort of like fanro vlog. And this says, a defiant human woman, a dark fae prince, 2 enemies bound to a marriage that could destroy their world. So we've got like an enemies to lovers marriage. I have heard some really good things about this one. Rainey really liked this one. I think she binge read like the whole series this past month, so I'm excited to pick this one up. All right, pick number 3. Let's just do equal opportunity and get a yellow one. This is a dystopian novel. For the prompt of a dystopian novel, obviously set in the future, I am going to be reading The Chaperone by M. Hendricks. This is a book that Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany read last month, I believe, and really enjoyed it. This is kind of like a Handmaid's Tale kind of story, but it has a lot of conversations on like feminism, but also like extreme evangelicalism and like how the church should be in politics, and so I'm excited about this one. I really like those types of books. The tagline on this says, like every young woman in New America, Stella knows the rules. Embrace purity, navigate the world with care, respect your chaperone. And I think this is about a woman who, like, her chaperone disappears or dies or something like that, and then she gets another one, and there's going to be some sort of like feminist uprising, and I'm here for that. All right, prompt number 4. Okay, we've got another present. Okay, we've got a book for a vlog. I don't know why this prompt was so difficult to fulfill, but a book for a vlog set in the present. We are going to be going with The Ravenous Dead by Darcy Coates. This is the second book in the Gravekeeper series. I read the first one. I'm trying to do like a series binge and vlog that. The vlog won't come out for a couple of months, I don't think, because I kind of want to save it for spooky season, but I want to continue reading it, and I will be vlogging it. So it's a vlog. It's just a vlog that's going to happen in a long time out. Okay, prompt number 5. Okay, we got a green. All right, and we have a book with a beautiful cover. For the prompt of a beautiful cover set in the past, I'm going to be going with The Fires of Time by Alexander Wyatt. This is one of the books that I'm reading for Spiffbo, and I actually purchased a physical copy of it because the cover is stunning. The inside of it is pretty good too so far. I've only read the first chapter in the prologue, but like I was very intrigued, very impressed with it. So I kind of want to annotate this one. I think that this would be a really pretty book to annotate, or at least tab. This book is about a young mage. There's a mentor-mentee relationship in here, which I'm definitely a fan of. This says, young mage Kaya has a list of questions she longs to ask her guardian Dwyn, who took her from her parents as a baby, allegedly to protect her from the Wooden King. Why can't she leave the imprisonment of the walls of Raftengrad? Why does he allow her friendship with Time, a ghost girl who clearly makes him uncomfortable? Why has he spent her entire life training her to fight with magic? And how did he know that the oil mage was trying to kill her? I'm very, very intrigued by this. All right, number 6. This is going better than I had hoped. Or better than I'd expected anyways. Okay, and we have a in the present, first in a series. First book in a series set in the present is difficult to do because a lot of books are standalone, but there are some companion novels. And one that I own and need to read, it's on my A to Z TBR, is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This is the first book in the Twisted series. I've read the third one, but I haven't read the first one or second one yet. And this is definitely getting its rounds because I think the fourth one just came out. So we're going to try to continue on with the series. I've heard mixed things about this book in particular. I think that the series gets better as it goes on, but this is a best friend's sister trope, and that's one of my like low-key favorite tropes. All right, and prompt number 7. Oh, they're shifting. Okay, we got a green. And we have a NetGalley book. For the prompt of a NetGalley book set in the past, I actually don't have a ton of these, but I do have A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Legrand. And I think as you're watching this either comes out like today or tomorrow. So it's not much of a NetGalley book, but this is a new fantasy romance series by Claire Legrand, who wrote Furyborn. This has very low ratings on NetGalley, or on Goodreads though, so I am hesitant. But Claire Legrand is going to be at ApollyCons, and I've never actually read from her before, so I definitely want to at least try. All right, what is hopefully our last pick, as long as I don't jinx it. This one looks pretty loose. All right, we've got another yellow. An author I've read from before. For the prompt of an author that I've read from before, set in the future, I'm actually going to be reading In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This is a Pinocchio retelling, but make it dystopian. And so I've heard really good things about this. I know Michelle gave it 5 stars, and I do love a good retelling, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so these are the books that I'm going to be reading, plus the Riley Sager book that I don't have, and the Claire Legrand book that I don't have yet. So it's not as scary, TBR. I do obviously want to finish my Spiffbo books. I have several of them left, like 6, I think. So I do have to read those. However, I am allowed to DNF them. So if they're not working for me, or if I don't think that they're going to become a semi-finalist, then I can DNF. Let me know down in the comments below a book that you are excited to read in the month of July. How is it already the second half of the year? I don't know. But let me know down in the comments below. If you're not feeling chatty, let's do a crown emoji. Why not? There's a lot of fantasy romance on here. It works. That is all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there is a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.